Hi guys, thanks for being here. So I want to come on here today and really talk about how my month has been and kind of just touch base and catch you guys up on my feelings and what I've been going through as of recently. I think it's pretty easy to talk about what you've been going through once you're fine and once you're out of those trenches. But while you're still in them and feeling all of these feelings so intensely, I think it's a little bit hard to come here and speak about them. And so I really just want to do that. I am making these videos to document my journey and my self-development progress, and I want to be really transparent and just honest and real about what I'm going through. And this month has been tough, and this week has just been even tougher. So I have been feeling like I have too much on my plate. I have really little energy. I'm feeling pretty drained and overwhelmed and stressed. I've been a bit confused and second guessing if I'm on the right path or if this is what I want to be doing, and I've just kind of been feeling a bit empty and unfulfilled, and I really couldn't quite place why I was feeling these things. I've had breakdowns and it's just been a month. So I wanted to just really share my experience and what I'm going through and just be completely real. So I think there are two main areas where I'm feeling most stress or pressure in my life right now, and that's my work. I think that's the main thing that's causing my stress, and then the other aspect is just what I'm currently doing now in my personal life. So I have a business, and in businesses, you should always expect the unexpected, right? I remember listening to this in a lot of podcasts by entrepreneurs and business owners that literally that's the only thing that you can be certain of, is that there will be unexpected challenges and problems that are going to arise. And we've really had that this month. It's been problem after problem after problem, and everything really hits quite simultaneously, that I never really have the time to properly catch a breath before the next problem comes. And throughout my day, I've been dealing with a lot of reactive work. So just kind of managing these situations and coming up with solutions and just making sure that our business can operate. And this prevents me from actually doing the tasks that I need to do to move my business forward. And so that's obviously been feeling a little bit unproductive in a sense, but obviously these are things that I need to get done, but it's just setting me behind schedule. And especially when these are things that you didn't anticipate or expect, it kind of hits you a little bit harder. At the same time, I've realized that I have just been working way too much. I have set myself arbitrary rules of how many hours a day I should work, and I've been setting myself super long, unrealistic task lists that I never quite am able to finish. And yet, if I am super drained at the end of the day and I don't have energy left, I feel guilty from finishing a bit earlier because I just have that pressure on myself. And I didn't realize that I was creating that pressure for myself because I didn't even set myself some time to be with myself and just time for me to think and to feel. I've just been so busy and so caught up in all of these problems and this never-ending to-do list that I couldn't stop and realize what I'm actually doing, which is working 10 to 12 hours a day, which is one thing I knew would make me unhappy and really drain my energy. It feels really good to pinpoint this and notice these things because now I can change it. At the same time, I've actually been working on another business idea that I have, and while it came from a place of passion and it's a project that I really did enjoy working on, now I think I put myself that pressure on timeline and deadlines of when I want to be able to finish it by, and I've just been working really hard on it that I barely have time for myself. And sometimes I think I'm a bit silly for taking this new task on when my plate is already so full. Really questioning my capacity and my ability to even do this second project or, work on this second business idea when it could even be considered that this one is a bit more challenging than the current business I'm working on. So I'm really just starting to question whether I should just drop it and, maybe I could pick it up another day when I have more energy and I have this business more under control and more established and, everything is running smoothly. But now, at a point where I'm kind of reacting and dealing with everything that's going on in the first business, yeah, I do think it's a little bit maybe unwise to pick up another thing and, kind of juggle both, where my mental health then goes out the window because I'm unable to, keep a balance on all of these different things. So the other thing that's causing me a lot of stress, or I guess that's just really been draining my energy, is being here in Barcelona. So I've never really considered myself to be a city girl, but I thought I would really like it here because when I did come and visit the first time, I absolutely fell in love with this city. But coming here now has really confirmed the fact that I prefer places that are slower and more quiet and just a little bit more chilled, because when I'm so tired and I don't have energy for anything else, the last thing I want to do is really go walk through the streets of a city. So knowing that has been nice because now I am ready to plan my adventure forward and see where else I can go that kind of matches my energy at the moment. My initial plan was to travel and stay in different cities or countries for about 2 to 3 months. And I have also realized that that doesn't quite work for me either, because it takes me a month itself to settle in a new environment. So like finding a new gym, a supermarket, it's really just getting my bearings down. It takes me a month, especially when I'm juggling work and also, exploring. By the second month, I have gained a little bit more energy to actually go to meetups and try to meet people and make friends, because that is a priority of mine. I am traveling not only to find where I would one day want to settle, maybe, or call like as a base or call home, but also to meet new people. And by the second month, I have the energy to go out and do that. But I am more of an introvert, so going out and socializing and meeting new people takes a bit of my energy. And so I can really only do that maybe 1 meetup per week or maximum 2. But by the time I actually meet people who, I'm like, wow, okay, we could be friends, and, really put in the effort and meet them more often to actually build that friendship, it's time for me to leave. And that's exactly what happened in Bali. And I think moving forward, I'm going to have to change that and maybe stay 6 months or 9 months or a year in each place to really kind of establish my ground and, build that routine and have a little bit of stability, because that's also what I've been missing. And I think that's what's been adding a little bit more chaos in my life, is just the constant move. So I think also stability is something that I crave. And now that I'm aware of it, hopefully I can have a bit more of a stable environment, and one that, adds to my energy rather than drains it. I think also being here, it adds a kind of a hidden silent pressure, or I've been adding that pressure to myself subconsciously about, feeling guilty of needing to go out and explore, to making the most out of my time in Barcelona, go and see the city, try and make new friends, like I said. And at the end of the day, when I finally close my laptop, the last thing I want to do is go out and explore, because I'm just far too tired. So I think that pressure of like needing to go out and explore while I'm here has just been a lot, and it's kind of gone unnoticed for me. It's also nice to kind of come to realization of that hidden pressure so that I can release it and it's okay. Like, this is the time in your life where you are dealing with a lot of stress, and maybe your focus should be on your work rather than making friends and exploring a city, and that's okay. Like, that's fine. You can always come back here if you want. And just coming to terms with that has been pretty relieving in itself. So at the end of it, August has just been an intense month for me, and I know that it's not going to really come to an end any soon, but just realizing all of these different things and how I had my plate too full, and mainly just not giving myself time for myself at the end of the day has really just been draining my energy. And coming to realize this it's like I've said, it's a big relief in itself because I can move forward and I can restructure my days, reevaluate my goals, and kind of change things up. So after coming into realization with this, I, closed my laptop earlier during the day, and even if I had things left unticked on my task list, I would just save it for tomorrow instead of feeling guilty about it and take some time for myself. So I remember when we first came here, we were exploring our little neighborhood and we found a park super close to home. And I remember I was so excited that it was so close because I was visioning myself, going to the park for a coffee break or spending the evenings there journaling or reading or just being there in nature and just having time for myself. And I realized that, it's already been a month and I've only been there twice. And so I really got caught up in all of the work that I've been doing that I just did not give time for myself. No time, no space to think, nothing to just unwind and connect with myself. So obviously I don't have that energy, it's no wonder I feel drained. But after noticing all of these things, I actually decided to close my laptop early. I went to the park with my book and it was such a great time, and I really wish that I did it more, but I'll be sure to add more time for myself throughout the days moving forward and just being more aware of it. It's just really, really freeing and it feels really good. So that's what I will be doing for sure. So at the end of all of this, I think the lesson that I've learned is to make sure that I give time for myself. I can't keep on filling my days with endless work tasks and, dealing with problems and issues, which is normal, but I really just need to make some time for myself, time where I can think and, really kind of observe what I'm filling my days with, cutting out the non-essential tasks and just lightening the load off my plate. And I wouldn't have come to realize this if I didn't give myself the time. So I think if you're ever feeling overwhelmed or stressed, it's just take some minutes or take an hour out of your day to just be, and hopefully you'll come out with some clarity.